Hi everybody, Coach Morrow here again, and today it's time to talk a little bit about the non-hitting arm. Okay, the arm that supports the racket, the arm that changes the grip, the second arm on the two-handed backhand. There'll be a lot to talk about here on this video, so pay attention, because I feel that a lot of club players out there, park players, simply go out there and whack the ball around with their right arm holding the racket, or left arm if they're lefties, and the non-hitting arm gets kind of like forgotten in the story here, and it's not really used as well as it should be. Of course you're going to use your non-hitting arm to toss the ball for the serve, but what else? What else can it do for you? Well, it can do many things, guys. First of all, when you're out here on the ready position waiting for the serve, it should be the left hand that supports the racket. The right arm is here relaxed. It's going to do the hitting job, so don't waste any energy with it right now. Just keep it relaxed, gripping the racket, but who supports the weight of the racket here on the ready position is the other arm. So for the right-handed, this way, and for the left-handed, this way, if you are a one-handed backhander. If you're a two-handed backhander, it should be here on the grip, with the correct grip on that hand already set up. And if you're a lefty, it should be here. Okay, so you see you got the non-hitting arm supporting your racket on the ready position. Also, when you do your preparation for the forehand, it should be that arm that brings the racket to the side for you to get the shoulder turn. Until you touch the shoulder on the chin here, and then let go of the racket to finish your loopy backswing here, and then go plan with the arm, the ideal timing, the hand stays on the racket. You shouldn't let go of the racket right away, because then you might turn or you might not. If you're a lefty, it looks like this. You might turn or you might not. So if you keep your hand on the racket, it kind of forces you to get sideways. So that, in my book, is the second job of the non-hitting arm. You know, it supports the racket, and then it helps on the preparation. When you let go of the racket here at the preparation, you can use it also to gauge the distance and the timing of the shot, so you don't get too close to the ball and get jammed, also that you don't get late. So you basically, what you do is, when you let go of the racket here, you point to the ideal hitting spot, desired, way in front, to help your timing. You've seen that on another video of mine. For the lefties, it looks like this. You turn, take the racket back here, and then you let go, and you plan your timing right here with the arm. So that's the third job. You saw the arm supporting the racket, preparing the racket, now planning the timing and the distance. And then when you finish your stroke, it's ideal if you end up with the racket in your hand, either here or here. Sometimes you see players that hit the ball so hard that it's just difficult to catch the racket, and then they catch it right after. You don't want to finish your stroke with your arm down here and then bring it back here and then catch. Why? Because let's give an example here. You got somebody at the net and you hit the forehand and they volley it right away to your backhand. If you have to still go get your racket in your hand to prepare it, you're most likely going to be late for that shot. On the other hand, if you finish the shot and you have the racket in your hand, you can really quickly prepare and hit that backhand. For lefties, it looks like this. You finish catching either here or here over the shoulder, depending if you're going for the classic follow through over the shoulder or around the body. So there you go. Just on the forehand, you got 4 jobs for that non-hitting arm. You got the supporting the racket, preparing the racket, planning the timing, engaging the distance, and then catching the racket on the end to facilitate a next shot and coming back to the ready position right away. Also, when you're up at the net for volleys, it's important to keep your racket head above the handle so that you don't open too much your racket like this, and it's easier for you to cut and give the volley a little bit of an underspin to keep that volley low and make it difficult for your opponent to hit. He has to go dig it. So the left hand here, once again, is helping support the racket and holding it up here. Another thing is that you don't want to have your racket too close to you, as you've seen in another video of mine. You want to have it out here more in front, like if you were a fencer or Zorro. So here we go. The left hand, once again, helps you put the racket out here on the right position. Supports the racket not just up, but also out in front. For lefties, it looks like this. The right arm is supporting the racket here. With a one-handed backhand, people, as you swing, as you've seen on another video of mine too, you don't want to rotate your shoulder open like this. You want to stay sideways. So you keep the shoulder in position and your swing stays lined up. And who's in charge of helping you stay sideways? Once again, the non-hitting arm, because it goes backwards the opposite way. It works like a counterweight, like this. So you see the front view of my backhand here, you're going to see the left arm showing my back side here like this. Okay? On the lefties, it's like this. So now you got the non-hitting arm working as a good counterweight for your one-handed backhand. On the two-handed backhand, the non-hitting arm is actually the dominant one. You know, you prepare, you cock the wrist on that non-hitting arm of the forehand, which is the upper arm, and then you hit the ball out in front and finish well here. On the two-handed is the same thing. The right arm is the non-hitting arm in theory, because you know you would hit the left-handed forehand with your left arm. And there you go. When you take the racket back, your right hand, your right wrist cocks the racket back, so you make that contact point out in front. So let me see here. Oh yeah, we forgot the serve. Finally we get to the toss, which is of course the responsibility of the non-hitting arm. And you've seen on some of my videos, there's some tips on how to get that toss done right. So yes, it is the non-hitting arm that gets the ball up to hit the serve, of course. So look at this list I just made here, and I could go on even further, but let's not make this video too long. There are many tips there that you can use to have your non-hitting arm participate of your tennis playing in a positive way and help you have a cleaner, better stroke mechanic. Not to say, of course, that it's much more elegant to play using both arms. If you let go of the racket here, for example, to hit the forehand and your arm just goes dead, you know, and it kind of looks ugly too, doesn't it? It looks much prettier if you have this arm here. It'd be like an airplane that has two wings and not just one like this. You end up flying down the ground, all right? So it'll give you balance when you're running, when you're moving to set up your footwork. For lefties, it looks like this. You always have both arms in your strokes. All right, guys? That's it. Go out there, practice using your non-hitting arm as well as you can too, and you will see a big difference in your game. Okay, take care. It's a wrap. Sorry it was a little long one, but I think it was some good ideas there for you guys to work with. Take care. See you soon. Coach Morrow. It's a wrap.